Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Hope you are well. Hope everyone's all right. You've had a good day, whatever it is you've been up to today. I hope you have been well. Got a really cracking live stream for you tonight. We're talking, obviously, the man on the thumbnail himself, Dominic Solanke. We are going to be talking some quotes from Maddison himself surrounding his England mission. We're going to be talking about the VAR vote that happened tonight. We're going to be talking Joshua Zirkzee. We're talking about a coach leaving Spurs to take a first-team job elsewhere. We're talking Joe Rodon. Honestly, guys, there's so much to talk about this evening. So I hope you're well. I just want to say, though, if you're watching this and you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. Just reading some of the comments already off the bat. Polly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I made a mistake earlier this morning. So I'm put my hands up on this one. I did not mention the fact that it is D-Day today. So, yeah, Polly, amazing that you're going off to that service today. More than deserved. A lot of men lost their lives on this day 80 years ago, and never forget them. So, yeah, very emotional day. So, Ollie, if you weren't aware, so I'll give you the quickest history lesson before we start talking about football. I apologise to everyone who is ready for some football. Ollie, D-Day was the day that you could say the allies of the Americans, the English, Canadians, Australians, English, loads of French, loads of countries went to invade France under occupation back in the Second World War. So it was a day 80 years ago at 6:30 in the morning. They did that. People lose their, I can't say that word, Kulu's elusive right foot. Can't be saying that word. They lose their mind when you mention Solanke. He made it my first choice, but I think he'll be good at Spurs. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I'll give you something that may make you think again about that, though. So give me a second. Evening, Van Gogh, mate. How are we? Did you see the career 7-0 game? Sonny scored a brace. Oh, I can't lie, mate. I didn't see it. That might be shocking to you, but I definitely didn't see it. But if he did, bloody lovely. I will double check some stuff anyway. Regal's on time. That no, I'm still breathing. I've not passed away, so that's impressive. Teddy, mate, how are we? Not only am I here today, I'm on time. You've been pretty good today, mate. Might need to check in on you to see if everything's all right back at home. So yes, yeah, plenty to talk about. We're going to jump in though with the man on the thumbnail himself. We're going to be talking about the England squad as well, because I want to talk about that, especially after this morning calling Gareth Southgate a donkey as many times as I did. But anyway, let's start with this. So it came from The Athletic through Adam Leventhal, and it said that Dominic Solanke's contract at Bournemouth includes a release clause of £65 million that can only be activated by certain clubs. Obviously, bit different, isn't it? You know, you're thinking only by certain clubs. That's weird. Graham Bailey added that they understand that Dominic Solanke has that release clause, but we understand only the Premier League's, quote, Big Six can take advantage of it. Also, Liverpool, I believe, have a sell-on clause as well on them. So Spurs, in theory, could be on that list. Druzilla, mate, how are we? You all right, mate? Hey, mate, good to be back. It's good to see you, Iqbal, mate. How are you? 65 million. Van Gogh is awake and alive. Yeah, 65 million, Regal. So 65 million, right? I don't think Bournemouth would expect 65 million, but then saying that Brentford think they're going to get 70 million for Tony, who scored a quarter of his goals, a fifth of his goals, maybe even. So maybe they do expect it. Sonia, hello. How are we, Sonia? I hope you're all right. Yeah, so 65 million. I read that and panicked just a little bit. I think there's a few panicking comments in the box here, but I was a little bit worried about that. I'm not sure what you think. I will. Do you know what? Straight off the bat, we're doing a poll. Solanke, 65 million. Yes or no? Tell me there. Tell me there. It's up. Should be up now for you. We're here saying 50 million is too much for Gallagher. I'm doing well, Sonia. I'm doing very. I got my summer fruit squash. I haven't forgotten it this time. I'm doing very well, Sonia. It's been a good day. Did a video earlier. You know, I tell you what, guys, I got some cracking stories to tell you about what I had for dinner. It's kind of revolutionised my mind, but I'll tell you that in a minute. But yeah, no, I'm all good, Sonia. I don't even have to open. That's the weird thing. I don't even have to open this poll, and I can already see that it's not going the way if you are a Solanke supporter. So, quick little look. 80% say no for 65 million. Wouldn't even pay 50, says Iqbal. Do a poll on 60 million for Solanke, and I'll see what you're talking about at Cram. Give me a second then. Swap them Richie for Solanke. Don't know if I would, you know. Yeah, I'm not sure you're going to get 60 million for Yorkeres, Van Gogh. I'm not sure you will. Hang on, let's end this poll because this is going to be a good one. Right, let's just say 60. Tony Solanke. Here we go. Here we go. Put all your chips into the middle of the table, playing a game of poker. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's all right, Drew. I sort of gave a quick little rundown as to D-Day and what happens with what today's all about. So you're all good. You join a live stream. You think, oh, I'm gonna be talking Spurs, and I straight away in at the deep end talk about the Second World War. History lessons. There's a great YouTube page that I follow. I learn so much about it, more than you ever would at school. Add on like 50 million and it's a deal. Well, you know, you might not be far off with that. So here's interesting. So far, Ivan Toney's winning this because I actually thought it might be 58% to Solanke, not Toney. Very fascinating. Couple more minutes of that. And yeah, we won't spend too long on Solanke. Obviously, the guy is on our striker list. It doesn't mean we're going to go for him. We'll have to wait and see on that. Any news about Emma Goat? Yes, there is. James, first and foremost, how are you? You all right? And yeah, there will be in a minute. I will tell you about it. Big up inside. Big up Callum Roach. Always big up Callum Roach. Absolute goat. Tony's clear, in my opinion. I'm a geography student, you see. Well, they've got beaches and fields and, you know, things like that in there. But, you know, it's a bit more destructive than what geography potentially could be. Yeah. Sedimentary rocks and all those things. Colouring inside the lines. A little joke. Evening, Andy. First and foremost, Sofian. Evening to you, mate. How are you? I hope you're all right. Solanke's a big risk for me. Fair enough. Solanke is just a rich man's Patrick Bamford. He'll be washed next season. Whoa. Swinging for the fences. Regal's coming in with. Right, 59% says Tony. Okay, interesting. Right, honestly, neither says Van Gogh. Fair enough. So there's a little bit on Solanke. Right, let's move on because we got some cool stuff to talk about today. Let's talk about Joe Rodon. Yeah, don't worry, Teddy. I'm going to be doing some few things with videos so people can still watch a shortened version. So don't worry, you're all good. But thank you for thinking about me like that. Would rather have improvement him? Drew Zilla, Openda is my guy. He's and I'm not very tall, so he has to be my guy. Let's talk Joe Rodon. So Alistair Gold said that Tottenham have taken up the option to extend Joe Rodon's contract despite his future expected to lie elsewhere with an extra 12 months. That will ensure Spurs will get the fee for the player if he departs as expected, as he is not part of Ange's plans for next season. I think that's smart. I think we get 15 million for him as well. Yeah, I'm happy with that. No issues. I'm happy with that, to be honest, because he's a player that clearly has value. He's a player that's going to clearly get us money elsewhere. So, you know, happy days. Teddy does have his cute moments. Teddy, like I said, Teddy's the GOAT. I don't need vids, but bit the algorithm. Teddy, I'm not sure what you mean by that. You might be the GOAT, but that comment, I'm not sure. And Callum Roach is the GOAT. Don't forget him as well. A couple of GOATs there. I've said it. Solanke's not Champions League level. He would not take us to the next level. Yeah, but you got to remember, Sofian, we're not going to buy every player that's been in Champions League. And let's be honest, Vicario wasn't Champions League. You know, I mean, Pedro Porro wasn't truly. I mean, he was a bit Champions League, but he wasn't truly there. Romero, Mickey van der Ven, Adogi, Maddison, Basuma, Sarr. You know, Regal's not the GOAT just because he's begging it. Oh, here we go. I'm coming out swinging today as well. Openda is him. Van Gogh knows. He might have to get upgraded to GOAT level for that kind of comment. Palace 3, Spurs 0 for England players. Eze and Tony would balance it out. Yeah, true. Sorry, mistype mean, but the algorithm needs a video. Yeah. So, Teddy, I'm going to probably just do normal lives and then I'm going to snip at them. ready for other people that want to sort of just watch them whenever, And I won't really be bothered about when I upload them. They'll just get uploaded. These will be priority slots, and then the others can just fit around them. All top 8 sides have a player represented in England's squad except for Spurs. Yeah, it's the first time in a long time as well, listen. A long time. Romero's World Cup League. I'll give you that one, James. You've caught me there. What would you guys think about Ugarte on loan for PSG? Personally, I would love to see Ugarte from PSG on loan with an option to buy because PSG aren't using him and he was class at Sporting. He's going to cost a fortune because of FFP. They're going to want money back for him. And we talk about wanting proven players. We have Harry Kane technically I still claim Harry, just, and I don't care. I'd rather have a Nesri than Dominic Solanke. That's bold. That is bold. But anyway, good news on Joe Rodon, that's for sure. Let's talk quickly about the coach that's left. It's actually the senior assistant coach, Chris Davies. I've spat on my mic. Sorry. He was linked to being leaving Spurs earlier on the season. He stayed, but he has actually taken the role of manager at Birmingham City. So, yeah, we've obviously now lost the sort of coach there. I think, look, we're going to replace him and hopefully get an experienced guy in there to sort of help this sort of younger coaching team that we have in terms of Premier League, experience of coaching. So hopefully get someone in there for that. So just thought I'd throw that one in really quickly. Since 1992, the first time a Euro squad has no split. There you go. Ollie knows. I see youth loans to Birmingham in our future. That is not a bad shout. And they're going to be a really good side in League One as well. So if you want to throw in, a few players, I'll be on board with that, actually. Lewis Dunk kind of player made it, but Matters not. I'm going to talk about the squad in its entirety, mate, in a second. Don't you worry. I hope so. Jordan James is a baller. Don't know enough about him. I won't even lie. If we get Gallagher and Eze in before the Euros, ... Madsy, you've left me I'm on a cliff. Left me with a cliffhanger. ... What? So there's that. Right. Right, really quickly, because this one might offend a few of you. Not in a bad way, but some of you quite like Joshua Zirkzee. Every time Mana plays for England, he's created a goal, creating actions that, deep line playmakers, I'm hearing rumours on Nesri to Spurs. That's a rumour I don't like because he doesn't impress me. Fair enough. He's on Spurs' list, but there's about 9 to 10 other strikers. So, I'm scared to dream about the potential this summer. Don't be scared. Just dream. Right, so Zirkzee. So it came from Romano, who said that AC Milan have informed Bologna they are planning to trigger the 40 million euro release clause for Joshua Zirkzee. Talks now ongoing between AC Milan and Zirkzee's camp to agree on personal terms. Crucial point. Zirkzee's happy to stay in Italy and super keen on AC Milan project. Well, if any of you thinking I want Joshua Zirkzee, go on, throw it in the bin. Because he is. I always thought he was going to go AC Milan or Bayern, to be honest, and he's gone. Well, as I say, gone, but let's be honest, he's gone. So there is another one off the strikers list for now. I think that's okay. That's all the news on my phone. So I'll be back here now, looking at you. Mad how one of Branthwaite, Grealish, or Maddison or Rashford aren't in the squad, but Tony and Dunk are in it. Because Rashford's rubbish, mate. The other three, Grealish hasn't really played enough. Branthwaite and Maddison, I'm a little bit more with you there. Hope we go for more European players. Don't want to lose most of the squad for AFCON or Asian Cup. Don't think it'll be much of an issue for next season. I'm really hyping on Ito. Because Teddy, you play too much for FM. That's probably why. I'm joking, mate. I don't get Ange outers and their reasoning. They just want to hate the club for whatever reason at whatever point, even if things going well. If you're Ange out, I'm worried about you as a person more than anything. Gashford, well, you said it. So now the road is open for Jimenez. I wouldn't say it's open for Jimenez. There's still 8 or 9 other strikers Spurs are looking at. More Rashford's profile, in my opinion. Profile. But, I'd rather Sancho go into the England squad than Rashford. I'd rather a lot of players in the squad over Rashford's. Also, who do you think becomes our... do you know what, mate? I do not know who Spurs are going to get into their coaching setup, but I hope we get an experienced head in there because I think we would definitely require a little bit more experience in the coaching team. There's experience, obviously, Ange's experience. Jedinak has played, years in the Premier League. Mason's done the same, but it'd be good to get an experienced Prem coach. Would you take Hwang Hee-chan at Spurs? Yes, cost depending. Eredivisie is risky, but Jimenez will come out good. I think I can understand as to why fans are a little bit more cautious around Jimenez. Vincent Janssen is the reason. So I do get why, to be fair. Those saying Ange out should leave Spurs immediately. Yeah, it's just they're just crying about for whatever reason. It's like the same thing about, Lo Celso's rubbish. We just won 4-0. Lo Celso scored. Nah, he's rubbish. You can't win with some people. They just are miserable. Has Davies left or got sacked? He left. He got the job at Birmingham. I think it's mostly Arsenal imposters saying Ange out. Yeah, true. But then again, they're also the same people that are saying Arteta out. When you could clearly see he was trying to build something. Jimenez is similar to Van Persie. Van Persie proved himself in the Premier League. Yeah, but Van Persie was coming into, a ready-made ship at the time. This is not a ready-made ship. There'll be enough room on the bench for Jedinak to sit down now. Are we sure? I would say, I would hope we are replacing Davies, yeah. Bergwijn too, not a good record, really. Yeah, Bergwijn had a few moments, but it wasn't anything major. 28 million at the end of it, though. So, yeah. Hogs, mate. How are you? You all right? David did a really good job in my FM24. Of course he did. Of course he did, Teddy. Of course he did well in your FM24. Yeah. What a surprise. Matey Sports Blues was excited about Davies. However, it's sad about Mowbray. It's sad about Birmingham and how many times they want to shoot themselves in the foot. And I'm also a massive New England Patriots fan. And Tom Brady is like also my Harry Kane. So, hi all, 4:15 in Melbourne. Peter, shout out Peter. 4:15 in the morning, and he's loving it. Melbs, and I love Melbs. Evening, DJ, mate. How are you? Good to see you, Hogs, mate. Good to see you. Right, so let's move on to a few bits more. Excuse me. So, right, let's talk about this VAR thing before moving on to what Mad has said as well. So, Premier League clubs have voted to continue with VAR at this morning's AGM. The Premier League clubs and the PGMOL have agreed to a focus on 6 areas for improvement. These include the introduction of semi-automated offsides. Good, thank God. And in-stadium announcements from referees explaining VAR decisions. I don't mind it, just purely because you put the referees on a pedestal that they cannot make a mistake if they're having to speak to the crowd. They're having to speak to the everyone involved. I don't mind it. And I think a lot of us, we don't hate VAR. We just hate how it's being used. Because when we first had VAR, everyone went, oh, this is really good. We're actually clearing up a lot of mistakes. This is great. But I think referees have now kind of gone, well, if I miss something, that'll pick it up. It's fine. And then the people don't pick it up. So the referees need to be better. And the people using VAR need to be better. And trust me, Spurs have been ruined by VAR a lot as much as we have done well. So it's not like I'm speaking from favoritism, what have I missed? Tom Brady versus Ryan Reynolds. It's Birmingham versus Wrexham. I'll be on Birmingham side for that because Tom Brady is him. I'm just waiting for a move. I'm just waiting for a move to Grey. Is that in FM or in real life? You're working, Peter. Peter, what do you do for work? I'm keen to know. You lot turning in for Netherlands versus Canada? Probably not, Kyrie. Probably not. Not Ben Davies, the assistant coach. Davies left the club. Am I missing something? No. Sorry, Van Gogh. Yeah, mate. No, it's Chris Davies, the assistant coach. Hogan, what did you miss? Solanke has a 65 million release clause. Our assistant coach left for the Birmingham manager's role. We just talked about VAR. God, we talked. Joe Rodon has been extended for another year contract-wise through an option as well. That's all right, Van Gogh, mate. You're all good. Paramedic, Peter, salute to you, mate. I salute to you. Tom Brady's a winner. Harry Kane is not. You can't compare a real-life GOAT to a pretender to the throne. Dude, I'm just saying for Spurs fans, Harry Kane is worshipped. Tom Brady is that to the New England Patriots and probably the Buccaneers, but they're the Succaneers. No one cares about them because they're owned by the Glazers as well. Whereas the Patriots, Robert Kraft. You mean in real life? Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Well, yeah. Archie Gray's going to be an interesting one because of what's going on with their FFP down at Leeds. How can the be live voiced when the players are effing and blinding? Yeah, that might be one of those that goes, lads, I'm about to you know, don't get why we didn't renew Tanganga like running for the sale. I don't know if it would have been worth it with Tanganga or something. I don't know. But Rodon, there's a lot more money to make on Rodon. So there's that on VAR. Right, let's quickly talk about Madders, and I'm going to coincide that with the England squad. So Madders, after getting omitted for England squad, said that devastated, doesn't quite cut it. Trained well and worked hard all week, but if I'm honest with myself, my form for Spurs when coming back from injury in the second half of the season probably wasn't at the levels I had set, which gave Gareth a decision to make. I still thought there would be a space for me in the 26-man squad, as I feel I bring something different, and I had been a mainstay in this whole qualifying campaign for Euro 2024 in Germany. But the manager's made a decision. I have to respect that. I'll be back, I have no doubt. Wishing the boys all the luck in the world out in Germany. Unbelievable group of lads. And that I literally call some of my best friends. I genuinely hope football comes home. That, for a guy who, it might have been his dream to play at the Euros, that is that is a very respectful, a very mature comment, and that shows leadership. That shows why he is a vice captain. I love it. I love it. I think he's right. He does offer things that maybe we don't have, but he like he said it, his form wasn't great, and I respect that he's honest about it as well. That he's like, my form wasn't great. Look, had his form been what it was at the start of the season, he'd be starting for England, but he's not, and that's the way it is, Andy, would you take Garassi? Yes. Does a swap deal count for FFP? So the way, Teddy, it would work is we would buy him for X. We would sell a player for X, and it would work out like that. But in theory, it's a swap deal. Wow, this Tom Brady guy must not be a fan of Spurs or football even. Well, no, he's a minority owner of Birmingham City. That's why. The ref, I get what you meant, Hogan's right. Obviously, Madders isn't in the team because Southgate doesn't rate him. How has that guy not been sacked yet? Because he's a yes man and the FA love him. We're going to see an elite version of Madders next year. Did you see Mopez's reaction to? He's not wanted at Brentford or Everton, so I think he should be more worried about his own career at the moment. Maddison was disrespected. He was. I wasn't very happy with it. I was telling Ellie on another show, if Ange leaves Tottenham, he can take over the English job. Lol. Well, I don't want that because I like Ange where he is. I'm thinking you've got a couple of managers who could be quite solid for England. One just left Chelsea and one just left Liverpool. Both free. You work 6 weeks a year. You get paid millions. Madders is class and Southgate can barely manage to open a bag of crisps, but he's done a great job in wasting a Ghana generation. Yeah, he has. We should have won something by now. Good evening. Hope you... Oh, mate, Gons. Hope you're all right, mate. How are you going? Hope you were okay. Have you seen I literally just talked about him. Yeah. Great stream. Thanks very much. Yeah, like the video if you haven't already. That'd be really much appreciated. Chances of Goncalo Ramos on loan, is he set? Yeah, he'll be set at PSG most likely. Yeah. Poch for England job is solid. Poch for England job would be. I think he would be. He plays attacking football. It's what we want at England. We've had all these amazing players, and we've had managers like Sam Allardyce, Roy Hodgson, Gareth Southgate, Sven-Goran Eriksson, Fabio Capello. I think Lukaku would do well for Ange. Don't go there, Sofian, mate. Come on. We're better than that. To me, Kane is a legend because doing what he did for Spurs consistently, he deserves all the respect. I hope he does well next season. I hope he wins everything next season. It was funny this season, but now I'm like, nah, I want him to win everything next season. If he doesn't get back to he'll walk. He won't flog a dead horse. I wouldn't want him to flog a dead horse. I would walk with him if I had to. No, I wouldn't walk with him. It's my club. I'd make Daniel Levy walk. Don't think Poch would coach England. He loves Argentina too much. He has no issues with England. He likes England. He wants to manage here all the time. Anybody else than Southgate would do a better job. Tell you what, Van Gogh, you be my assistant manager. We'll go in there and we'll sort it. Poch for the 3 lines. Yeah, agreed. What 3 players would you bring in Spurs if you could only bring in 3 in budget of 200 million? Poch's assistant. Who's the manager? Who's the manager, Ted? Is it me? No, Van Gogh's my assistant. I can't have Poch. He can be my first team coach. How about that? 3 players I could bring in 200 million. Well, I'm going to. I'll have Eze for let's be over the top. Eze's going to cost me 70. Do you know what, Eze? And these are like semi-realistic chances, by the way. I'm not going to be like Mbappe, Eze, Gyökeres, Fafana. I've just got a thing for Fafana at the moment. Why not? Go with those three. Tell me what you think then. Tell me what you think, Gons. I would take Mitrovic, but he would suit the style. That's not that you can't say but. It's a good thing he would suit the style. No, I mean as a replacement for Davies. Oh, yeah. Could you imagine Poch coming as assistant manager of Spurs? Yeah, see how that one work out. 65 at most. Oh, what? Yeah, for Eze. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I would take Edison. That's a shout. But I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough money to get Edison within that budget. Gyökeres, I thought you were an Openda guy. I was, but if I can get that kind of money to only get 3 players, I'm going to go all out with it. You know, Pavlidis is a very good number 9. Don't know enough about him, Sofian, mate, but good shout. Right. So there was what Matters said. Let me talk. I've got more chances to talk about, but I'm just trying to rattle through the quick ones so we can spend more time on the longer ones. So, England squad, what we've got. We have got Dean Henderson, Jordan Pickford, and Aaron Ramsdale. There's your 3 keepers. In defence, you've got Lewis Dunk. How's he fluked himself in there? I don't know. Joe Gomez, Mark Guay, Ezri Konsa, Luke Shaw, John Stones, Kieran Trippier, and Kyle Walker. In the midfield, you've got Trent, Conor Gallagher, Mainu, Rice, Wharton. Your forwards, which includes some midfielders. I don't know why they've done it like this, but Bellingham, Bowen, Eze, Foden, Gordon, Kane, Palmer, Saka, Tony, and Watkins. So he's taken 3 strikers. That midfield room looks miserable without the Bellinghams and the Ezes of the world. How Lewis Dunk's gone there, I just don't know. I haven't got a clue. It's like there's an imposter among us. How's he got in there ahead of Jared Branthwaite? I will never understand. Every time I watch him for England, it's like watching a giraffe out there. I don't get what we get just 2 strikers, though. Desperately, it would take pressure off the midfield and defence because we're probably going to keep Richarlison, Peter. That's why. Thoughts on link to Ito? I talked about him not long ago, actually. I said it's interesting. Value signing. Plays a couple of positions. It's not a bad thing. Gyökeres and Pendo would be class. Oh, either one. I don't care either, Tony for me every time. Fair enough. Great 3. I'd have Eze, Williams, and Tony. Yeah, Gons. I was just looking at I need a CDM. I need a ball winner, things like that. How's Dunk in the team as a cart horse? Joke, mate. Give a prediction. Who will Tottenham sign? Teddy. And who will leave? God. Well, Teddy, there's about 13 that are going to leave. 12, about 10 to 13 that will leave. So I won't go through them all, but they're the obvious ones. Eze. It's so difficult, Teddy, mate. I think we'll get Eze, but after that, I have not got a clue. That's a tough question, Teddy. We're linked with so many. Who do you think could be England's striker after Kane? It depends on the game, I think, to be honest, to Regal. Eric Dyer's done more than Dunk this season to get to the England team. Yeah. Private Lancashire. Nice. Yeah, he could be there. I would get a CDM and another left winger in January. See, I want a CDM now. Madsy, mate. Stop trying to jump the queue. That's what we're coming to in a minute. Right. So, yeah, that England squad. Yeah, look, a few of you might have asked what I think my team will be. I'll tell you it really quickly. Pickford's, Walker, Stones. I think it'll be Mark Guay now at centre back. I thought he'd take Maguire, but it'll be Mark Guay. Look, shortest fit, it'll be short. If not, it'll be Trippier. Your midfield 3 will be Rice, Trent, and Bellingham. And your front 3 will be Kane. I think he'll go Kane, Saka, and Foden. That's what I think he'll do. Doesn't mean I agree, but I just think that's what I think he'll do. Bro, would you say live is better than videos for channel growth? There's great for me not having to spend time, editing and things like that. But I will end up clipping it so people can watch shorter versions of it. So both. I think both is the way you'd go. Eze, Gray, Geertruida, Ito, and Jimenez, and Gallagher. Teddy's greedy. I love it. Actually, I don't mind keeping Richie because at first I hated him, but he's proved me wrong. And then as long as you love him, that's what's important. A great realistic window for me, in my opinion, would be Openda or a Morodian. I'm not sure what that is. Edwards, Eze, Gallagher, Murillo, Geertruida. That is an expensive summer, though, Madsy. That's a lot of money spent there. I'm not sure Spurs are doing that. Daniel Levy's going, don't give Madsy the bank account details. Don't do it. He's going to make us broke. So there's that. Right. Moving on. We've got some other stuff to talk about. We want to rattle through this. Emerson Royal. Emerson Royal from Gazzetta in Italy said that he hasn't said it, but it's been said. He believes that he's found the perfect next step for his career in the form of an AC Milan move. Now he's waiting for them to find agreement with Spurs. Well, Emerson, you know the people at Spurs. Be like, hey, sort it out. I want to be gone. I want to go enjoy a summer in Milan, which I don't blame him because Milan's a beautiful city. But yeah, it looks like I think Emerson will end up going to AC when, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, in my opinion. Get it done, get it moved. Just forget about it then. Then just forget about it, Jimenez is almost at the club, really. He'll sign for us. We'll see. We'll see. Southgate axed Maguire. Yeah, he axed one of his bezies. That's impressive. Some of his other decisions are awful, but he did axe a bestie. So there's that little bit on Emerson. Right, moving on. We've got loads more to talk about still. Conor Gallagher news really quickly. Jacob Steinberg said that Spurs target Conor Gallagher is in no rush to leave Chelsea and is prepared to stay if the conditions for a move do not meet his requirements. Right. I can't see the chat at the moment, so I'm not going to respond to anyone. Just I'm going to give you my opinion and we'll go from there. If by June 6th, if by next week you're not getting any real change in indication, move on. How about that? Put Chelsea's feet to the fire. See what happens. What do you think of Joshua Zirkzee? I think that he's off to AC Milan. I talked about him earlier, D-Gad, but he's a good player, but he's off to AC Milan. Obviously, what Mazzy said isn't completely out of the charts. I see us spending equal. I think it might be. I think Mazzy might be just a little bit past it in terms of that. I don't think he's off. I don't think he's out of the realms of possibility. I think he might be just a little bit past it. He'll never join us. He's Chelsea scum through and through. Chelsea right now are praying that he leaves. I can't lie. They are praying that he leaves. So Sofian, that's going to cost an absolute bloody fortune to sign what you're talking about there. Any news on Lo Celso leaving? Not since I last spoke about him. He's got interest, but that's about it so far. Obviously, playing in the Copa America makes things a bit tougher. Right, I got some more to talk about. Oh, what's Teddy done now? I think Tottenham should go pay 25% instant, rest as installments payment, get in the debt of buy 200 million, win everything, have 800 million in the account. Teddy, that would be a lovely world we would live in. But as Roy Keane would say, you're in cuckoo land. Yeah, right. I saw this from Poseidon, and he said that Matt Swiffer, Trevor Chalobah, and Coney De Winter are of interest. Now, look, I'm going to be honest. We knew about Matt Swiffer. That's not shocking. He's already talked about it before. But Trevor Chalobah is someone that I wanted to speak about a little bit more, to be honest. Ezes must need good competition from others. Isaac, for me, never going to happen. But Tony, for sure. Still, we've got loads of positions to fill. Yeah, Renault, yeah, mate. We got, I'd say, you might need a backup keeper depending what happens with Austin and Forster and Whiteman. You need a left back, you need a right back, you need a left centre back, you need 2 midfielders, you need maybe 3, a left winger potentially, maybe next season, a right winger and a striker. So that's how much we need. That's how we're not get everything sorted this year. We're not winning the quadruple next year. So don't get upset if we lose 1 game of football next year, all right? Because people do love to. I'm just saying general wise. Do players care that much about who they go to? Not saying Gallagher's saying like Gallas, for example, but if you're getting shoved out of the club and you're best off as Spurs, you go there, right? Yeah, you do. You want to hold. He has the ball in his court. He controls his destiny, but he's also not gonna just jump at the first ship. I think Eze would be right wing. I think he'd be great on either wing. He as long as he's on the pitch, I'd have Eze, Jimenez, Edwards, Edison, and Gallagher. This chat is, cooking. Reno, sorry, dude. My bad. Reno. That's my bad. Is Chalobah homegrown? I prefer Murillo, Aita, etc. I believe he is, yeah. You don't want to help Chelsea's PSR too much. Yeah, well, if you don't get Chalobah, if you don't go Gallagher and you go Chalobah, actually you're still not helping them as much as you could have done. Because I think you can get Chalobah for about 20, 25 million because again, they need him desperately gone. You know, I was thinking about this earlier, and I did talk about this earlier, and I want to get everyone's opinion. Trevor Chalobah, right? Let's say it's Trevor Chalobah. Ignore your feelings about Trevor. Just hear me out on this idea. We have a left back who is a left winger / striker, Destiny Udogie, right? Because all he does is get forward. You've got a right back who goes and sort of plays right centre mid. You know, goes out to the wing a bit, but right centre mid. Could they go the route of we're going to get instead of getting a left centre back who can play as left back, we're going to get a right centre back who plays right back and get a left back. So instead of getting a left centre back who plays left back as well as a right back, they're going to go right centre back and plays right back, get a left back. Maybe that's the way they go. Chalobah looks like the Predator. Damn. All right, Callum. Good Lord. Chalobah won't come to be first choice centre back Spurs. Well, see, this is the thing that I struggle with. Why is it that other top teams can have multiple options, but us Spurs fans have resigned ourselves that we're not allowed to have more than one good option? No. Who wants to come to Spurs? We've got Maddison. They're not going to play. You can upgrade on Maddison. Real Madrid can upgrade on their starting 11, and they do. Chelsea do. City do. Liverpool do. Arsenal do. United even do it. But Spurs, we sit there and go, no, they don't want to come here. We've got an 11 players that are great, and no one wants to come because they can't get ahead of these 11 players, which they can. We've got to get out of the mindset. And also, we're playing in 4 competitions next year. Chalobah has injury issues as well. We're going to play a ton of football next year. 50, 60 games. We're going to need options. Chalobah's been Chelsea's best defender second half of the season. I'd like more of a defensive right back, but prefer Geertrude away more, to be honest. Yeah, I think the way they're looking at it, Spurs do want to start looking at that homegrown situation, hence why Chalobah will be more suitable. Mamouche is absent. Was he absent? What, from school? Well, I'm going to ring his mother. I'll get him back to school. I don't know why, but I really have a picture in my head, Jimenez or Alvarez in Spurs shirt. It won't be Alvarez, so you better be thinking of Jimenez. Okay, Vlahovic 60 million, Bakayoko 40. I think Bakayoko might end up being more, mate. Gallagher. You got a lot of attackers and midfielders, but no defenders though, Sofian. That's why I'm struggling there, mate. Also want a left-sided centre back. If we think Chalobah's a centre back as a right back, though he'd be good. That's what I'm saying. Then you can go and get an actual left back, if you know what I mean. Chalobah is a great backup for Romero and Van der Ven. Well, you still got Mr. Radu Jagruzin. But also Chalobah does play right back, so you can hold that as well. Let's hope VDV works out a miracle and gets Geertrude to sign. I wouldn't say that's not a miracle. The miracle is getting Van Dijk to sign. Geertrude is an attainable situation there. The other thing is Maddison not being in England squad now. We don't have Agent Maddison on Eze. But then I say that Eze is locked away at the moment with Daniel Levy shoving a contract in his face. So, he might not be needed. Man City have Diaz, Stones, Akanji, Ake, who can play at centre-back. Hey, you forgot about their most expensive centre-back, Gavardio. It's not that we can't have 4 good centre-backs, but if the player doesn't see himself as a backup, what can you do? But you got to sell him on the idea of, look, we're going to have 4 great centre-backs. You're going to be a part of that great centre-back room. You're going to get plenty of game time. You're going to get game time in the Premier League, the Europa League, the EFL Cup, the FA Cup. That's the way I would sell it. What do you think of Kyle Walker-Peters' link? I think there's something to it, but also at the same time, Southampton have just come up. His release clause is 30 million. They're probably going to want that 30 million. So I don't see it happening personally unless Kyle Walker-Peters wants to move. But, Southampton won't need to sell. Gallagher's achievable at 35 million, surely. That depends on Chelsea, trust me. We have Cover, Van der Ven, Romero, Dragusian, and Phillips. I think Phillips is getting loaned out, Sofian. I do. You say Gallagher's achievable at 35. No, it's 50. I think it's somewhere in there, Daniela. Somewhere between 35 and 50. I think that's what it'll end up being. And I wouldn't want to pay whatever's in between that, which is 42.5 million if you weren't good at maths. You're welcome. Eze is getting yerba, mate. Oh, yes. Oh, do you know what? I really want to try that drink, Van Gogh. I really do. Every time I see it and they're just walking along, I'm just like, that must be so nice. It must be so refreshing. If anyone knows where to get some, can you let me know? Because I'll be keen to get my hands on some. Kelly and Tosin didn't want it, and they were freebies. Well, Tosin was going to be paid loads of money to go to Chelsea, and he's taking Chalobah's role. Kelly wanted to go play for his former manager at Newcastle, which I get. And also Newcastle have so many injuries centre back, he was going to start right away. Keith Phillips, we need him. We may do, but I would prefer him out on loan personally. But then that's just my that's my cup of tea. I've just seen a Wolves player being like, "I'm desperate to leave." I just saw that was hilarious. So there is that on Gallagher, right? I believe I've got everything that I did technically want to talk about right this second. I will just double check. Yeah, so I've just double checked. We will be looking to bring in a new coach. It's been said by Paul O'Keefe. So there you go. Yeah, there you go. That's fine. Right, we got that under control now. That's fine. There's that. Right, what have I missed? It's bitter though, I reckon. Whoever drinks it says it tastes like dirt. Well, it's caffeine, isn't it? It's just burning. It's something burning and it's just caffeine. Right. Sofian has piqued my interest. Right. Okay. There's a poll. Have a little go on that, and I want to see what you all think. A summer fruit squash never hurts a soul. It's beautiful stuff. Right, whilst you're doing that, I'm going to tell you what I have for dinner. It's going to blow your mind because it revolutionised my mind. Right, air fryers. Unreal things, right? Have you ever had an air fryer pizza? You're probably sitting there going, what? You're grim. Air fryer pizzas. It's done with tortilla, some pizza sauce or some tomato sauce, a little bit of mozzarella, then whatever meat you want on top. Unreal. Thank me later. None of the above. Loan fillets by Murillo. Yeah, I was trying to go for someone cheap, Callum. All right, Murillo's going to cost quite a bit of money. What's everyone's thoughts on the shocking prices of new kits? 85 quid for fan shirt, 125 for a player version. It's extortion, mate. It's absolutely a joke. It's extortion. DH gate. If you know, you know. Do I spend 25 million on Chalobah when we have Phillips? It's time to give Phillips a go. Performed good at the Championship. Gallagher with England Euro squad now, so it's not him, but is they have other players to sell. Well, the thing is, right, with Ashley Phillips, he also played in a team that didn't really play out from the back, and that's why I'm kind of like, I wouldn't mind him going out on loan to a good championship championship team, learning to play out from the back, playing 40 odd games that season. Look, I might be wrong. Maybe Ange goes, I've seen it in him already. I know he can do it. And if he can, fair enough. It's just my idea off the top of my head right now. GLA Gons, mate. See you later, mate. Hope you're all right. Hope you do the job necessary this evening. DH indeed, exactly. Right. So it looks like a lot of people would rather Ashley Phillips over Chalobah. I don't think anyone dislikes the idea of signing Chalobah at all, by the way. I just a bit of an idea. So, yeah. Want more inside info on the Andres Barrera rumours? There is none at the moment, mate. There is none. Get the CB at Atlanta, Isaac. Well, the CB at Atlanta, do you mean Scalvini? Because he blew out his knee on the last game of the season. Soccer 03. Yeah. What do I think of Ito? I talked about him earlier. Good player, versatile, would suit the system, could do it. Don't hate it. Spending 25 million on Chalobah is a waste. I wouldn't say it's a waste. Potentially, he could go to a better place, but if Chalobah was Ange's guy, then I'll support it. He's not my first option. It was just an idea, So I'll take a few more questions, but as you guys are writing them out. So obviously, stream's back from 12 tomorrow, and we'll be doing 7 o'clock as well, obviously, as per. Weekends ones will be a little bit spotty, I also try and do normally like an early morning one on the weekends, but I am going to the rugby on Saturday, so I might not be able to do Saturday morning, but Sunday morning I'll look to be doing though. But yeah, tomorrow business as usual. What was Jim today? Flexor digitum superficialis focus, or perhaps the zygomaticus major? It was shoulders day, mate. It was my 3 deltoids. I was doing some clean and jerks as well. I was going back to some powerlifting days for a bit of fun. I no longer powerlift, but I was having some fun with it. We're really in a real build. Tang and Cess at the door. Hope we pay off in Don Malone cancels his contract. The guy is super toxic. I don't think they'll pay him off because it's a lot of money, but they'll look to sort some sort of deal out where they save some money. But we're in a rebuild. Yeah, we can say that now. Edison or Gallagher? Edison. We have bigger fish fry than Chalobah. I think we do. I'm just saying if Ange wants Chalobah, then I want Chalobah. That's the way I look at it. Rather Ito than Chalobah because Ito has 20-25 million release course. I think Chalobah is something similar in price. How was the Battlefront? Oh, come on. I was absolutely shredding it yesterday, Marfin. Me as Emperor Palpatine, I was cooking up a feast. You should have seen me. It was glorious. Gallagher for me. That's fair enough, yeah. Is there any truth to the duo, brothers? There is. We are interested, yeah. Emerson the Gallagher is a good... Okay, yeah, all right. Van Gogh telling me what to do. Unbelievable. Pick one. All right, I've done that poll. Let me know what you think. Yeah, honestly, I was cooking up a feast yesterday. Me as Palpatine, and then on the hero's side, that's Chewbacca. I was absolute feast. You should see me. You thought I'd be a pro player because I'm not good at any other games. This one I am though. What do you think of the new home kit? It's one of those that I'm not as keen on right now, but I think it will grow on me. I think it's been one of those that I think will grow on me. Rather get Ito than Gallagher. Bold, Teddy. Bold. I like it, though. I think Phillips has been solid whenever he's played. I'm sure he can step up if we need him. I prefer to focus on the fullbacks. We need both sides. Yeah, maybe that's where they go, that idea. Potentially. Yeah, potentially. Gallagher is more suited to Ange's system. Yeah, potentially. He is, but who's going to be able to take you to a higher level is the way we look at that as well. But like I said, if Ange wants someone, then I want someone, you know? Edison links really despawn. Yeah, there's nothing really on Edison at the moment because I think Atlanta are sorting out the Coop Miners deal and then seeing the lay of the land afterwards. I think Gallagher was really interested in Spurs. I think they would have been some movement by now. I think he is a Chelsea guy that doesn't want to leave Chelsea. But if he ends up having to leave Chelsea, then he'll look at his options. But that might be too late for Chelsea and for everyone else because I don't want to be waiting around to June 30th for him to then turn around and go, oh, yeah, I'm not going to come. We'd have wasted all month, you know. What rugby am I off to watch? It is the Northampton Saints versus Bath in the Rugby Union Premiership final. Used to play rugby back in the day, but yeah, be going there. You really like the new home kit? It's not, you know, I can see why people do like it. I think it's one of those that I've had them with Spurs kits in the past. I just need to see us in it a bit more for me to kind of, because we've gone from like a really all white kit to now there's different color sleeves and things like that. And it's a bit of a change. And that's why I kind of want to just let's see how it goes. Gray is my ideal right back. Who'd be ideal left back if you aren't a hybrid? Oh, see, that's the thing. If it's not a hybrid centre back, I really don't know. But yeah, Gray would be good as like a backup right back then, because obviously he plays midfield at Leeds, so I do like that move a lot. But yeah, for left back, I really don't know. Really don't know. I think the home kit would be without the stripes and the arms would be better. Trying to picture it now. Potentially, yeah. What do I think of the rumoured home kits? The one that looks like tea towels. They're awful. Awful. Yeah, it's going to be a good game, Ollie, mate. It's going to be a good game. Old school Bath. I think the Saints might do it. I don't know why. I think the Saints might do it. Teo Hernandez. That would be lovely, Van Gogh. But it's not going to happen. Big up. Joshua, my man. Joshua, mate. How are you? How's the evening treating you? What's your prediction on the rugby then? I think Northampton's going to win. I do. I think they'll win. I'm hyping up on the warm up with the room. See, I'm not too sure about the warm up kits. I'm really not. I'm from Northampton, but don't follow the rugby. Oh, well, your team's in the final. They're in the final. You know, for a long time, Northampton was struggling, and now they just turned it all around. So they're in the final against Bath. It's gonna be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there. How? What do you mean how, Ollie? Do you mean for the rugby? How are Northampton going to win? It's just I feel it in the bones. I like Robinson from Fulham. I'm not sure he suits Ange's system. Something about it. I'm just not sure. Our kits look so childish for some reason. Or maybe a child designed them. You know how I don't know if you remember. You know, on you used to get on the computers. You used to be able to design football boots on like Total 90 or whatever it was. Maybe it's a similar sort of vibe. Do you think Ange might give Reguilon a second chance to use him as if he uses Reguilon, I think I don't know what I'm going to do, but it won't be good. He is genuinely awful at defending. You know, if people slag off Pedro Porro in defending, but then want Reguilon to be a backup left back, I've got to check some IQ levels because I'm worried. I don't like Reguilon. Reguilon will give you one good game every 10, and some of the other 10s, he hits own goals and he has stinkers. Just sell him. Get him gone. I'm good. What have I missed? What haven't you missed, mate? We've talked Solanke release clause. We've talked Rodon being extended. We've talked Maddison quotes. We've talked England squad. We've talked other players that we're interested in. Oh, you missed loads, mate. You missed absolutely loads. Euros prediction in terms of who's going to win it. Do a poll about the kits, please. I will in a minute, Ted. Yeah, I will in a minute. Joshua, everything to be fair, mate. Yeah, Van Gogh's in there, backing me up. Give it 5-7 years. You'll be watching me in the English Premier League rugby final, hopefully. I would love that, Ollie, mate. I'll be front row going, he subscribes to my channel. He gives me stick every single day, but he subscribes to the channel. Ange has a poor record in Europe with Celtic. What's your gut feeling about that? He's managing Celtic in the Champions League. When on earth does Celtic managers ever have a really good record? You know, it's a tough watch. Son on fire in South Korea team. Are you excited next season? I'm always excited, son. I'm always excited for Son. Lol. I'll need to rewatch maybe a little bit. Joshua, I'll probably put out like a little shortened version when I can just kind of clip the main parts, mate. So don't break your back too much. Went from plush Teddy to Ted. What about Tedster? Reguilon played for Madrid and Emerson played for Barcelona. How the hell did they do that? You know what I mean? I'm 5'9" in height. That's like me persuading someone that I'm 6'3". I'm clearly not good enough to be 6'3", and they're clearly not good enough to be there yet. You know. Andy, do you think Arne Slot will do well? Eredivisie managers always fail in the Premier League. I think he'll do better than people think, but there will be a drop off. Yes. I think they'll get top 4, Liverpool. I do. But yeah, I don't think it'll be as good. I have left this poll gone on for so long. Edison won that poll, by the way, against Gallagher. Do you think we'll win something with Son before his career's done? Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll back that. Do you like cricket as it's 2020 World Cup right now? I used to love cricket. I don't watch it as much as anymore. But yeah, I'm going to try and get back into it a bit more. You know, T20 is a bit more of an easier watch. I used to watch the Ashes all day and things like that, you know. Van Gogh, mate, you've not been telling me your name. All I know is it's the year of Van Gogh. All right, so don't get out my face. Actually, I want to ask this poll. Right, I'm going to do a poll. It's actually on England. I've missed like the last 32, but I don't care. All right. Tell me what you think. Where are England finishing in this? Oh, I've missed the semi-finals out. Let me end that. I'm going to end that. Let me just do it again. Sorry, it's my bad, everyone. That's my bad. Hands up. I've missed some comments as well. Hang on. I'm going to miss Emma's goat. I missed his competitions. Wonder who will go from final to Liverpool and to Spurs or elsewhere. Vifla, Jimenez, Geertruda. Even mate just got back from the gym, but had a stroke, so it was compulsory for me. What did you train at the gym, Liam? Is there any sport you don't watch? Mate, I am a savant of sport. Rugby, cricket, football, American football, NBA, golf. Oh, I like the darts, snooker, if you want to count those two. How do you rate João Felix? Because he's unsettled. Let's go. Because he wants to be at Barca, son. But I don't really rate him. I play a sort pub cricket. What do you mean by that, Daniela? Honestly, the fact that Ange has liked Gallagher for over a year now makes me think he'd bang in our system. He probably would. But we actually gotta, you know. Has anyone found it disappointing that Spurs don't trust their youth talents? Because amazing. Well, no, this youth system thing. Look, we got great youth team, but they haven't been good for a while, right? They've only just all of a sudden got good. Last season, it was about developing a system. You don't throw the youth into building the system. You throw them in after the systems have been built. So this season, we'll see a lot more. My name is a long name. You know, I'm not sure if you'd rather pronounce that. Would you like me to continue with Van Gogh? Left arm weakness. Oh, give over, Liam. F1. I do like the F1, Sonia, but I can't be bothered with Max Verstappen. Charlie Leclerc. Danny Ricciardo. I used to love Kimi Räikkönen. Oh, how do you watch sports? I normally sit down. I don't think that's what you wanted to hear, but I'm not sure what you wanted me to say. Chelsea interested in Alvarez, apparently. What? Chelsea interested in everyone, though, you know? Probably with his eyes, Teddy. That's dreadful, Regal. But yeah, also I could have said that. Pub cricket is the same level as pub football, but we play it for fun. Does sound like a good time, Daniela. Does sound like a good time. Do you go to the pub afterwards and get drunk like we used to do for the football? Watch any baseball? I watched clips of baseball. The game's too long for me, but I watched clips of it. I saw Otani hitting an absolute dinger yesterday off. Who's the number one overall? Is it Paul Skeena or Skeena? I can't remember his name, but yeah. I watched him absolutely hit a home run yesterday. And I was like, that's why you pay a guy 700 million. Madders being dropped and Wharton going is madness. Wharton's a baller. I'm all right with that one. Like where you stream. Well, you know, I watch it on the TV. I watch it at the pub, you know. Yes. Love that, Daniela. Well, you do have a point on building the system first, then the U team. Yeah, you know what I mean. Van der Ven left back for Netherlands right now. Cook. Well, you got to think they've got De Ligt, Ake, Van Dijk. Yeah, I can see him being left back. Although you could have thought Ake would have been left back, but hey, maybe I don't know. Loving the live streams. SS Music, love that, mate. Appreciate that lovely compliment. Geertruida and VDV at the same back though. Agent VDV pulled through. Let him cook. Let him cook. A lot of cricket played in London, 16 overs to 35 to 40 overs. I could probably get on board with like a T20. I get on board with a T20. I used to love going to T20 games. Right. Yeah, let me get this bowl up again because I mucked up last time. Winners, runners up, semis, not that kind. Quarters. Let's go with that because we'll get out of the groups, but let's go with that. I want to see what people think how England would do this summer. Yeah. I think Madsy, you play left back. Yeah, lots of academy players. Game next year, hopefully, especially Hull, Donnelly, Bergvall. You can kind of maybe consider one because he's gonna be a young player. You know, Lancashire, Scarlett, you know, Parrott maybe. Do you think Andrew will stay longer than 3 to 4 years? He usually moves on quite quickly, but considering we haven't won anything yet, I'm not sure how long he'll stay. I could see him being here a little while. I will show Otani playing football. He was amazing. He decided to play football. He would have been a world-class striker. He's a unit, by the way. I saw him in a interview. He's a big boy. A big boy. I think he picked the right sports, though, James, because 700 million, I can give you those many reasons as to why it was the right idea. Although he is owned by Todd Bowley, so maybe that's not a great thing. I don't know. On pure quality, we get the win, but with Southgate, it's going to go wrong. Well, you tell me where it's going to finish. How long have you been a Spurs fan for? As long as I can remember, my friend. And as you can see, there's a few lines starting to pop through here. I'm not as much. Well, this is just more because I've lost loads of weight, so the cheekbones are popping through. I am not as much of a young man as I used to be. I like to still think I'm young, but I'm not as young as I am. And I used to be able to powerlift and do crazy things at the age of 19 and 20 that if I do now, I'd probably break my back. London Victoria Park, East London as a 16 over the league games and the summer teams, always looking for players. Danielle, if you get me out in the field for more than 5 minutes, I may pass out. But if other people are keen, look at Daniela's comments. She's talking about getting players to play cricket with her. And I reckon Daniela bowls a mean fastball. A little bit of swing on that one as well. You'd bowl me in a heartbeat. Respect to Crystal Palace, their recruitment for English and Championship talent is mad. They do a great job, Crystal Palace. They really do. Who's your favourite Spurs player as a kid? Mine was Chris Waddle. My favourite, and I remember because I had a little teeny old sort of frame of him, was Robbie Keane. I remember playing Championship Manager in 102 with like Sergei Rebrov, Teddy Sheringham, Les Ferdinand were both there. Carr at right back. You had Thatcher. Who else you had? Ziga was there. Anderton, sick note. Can't remember who else was there. It's off the top of my head. I've completely fallen apart. But yeah. Ange staying here depends on the Spurs staff, really. For once, they should stop sacking every manager after half season. Exactly. Your wife's super happy buying mansions in California, Hawaii. Is she playing Monopoly? Van der Ven is playing well at left back. Thanks, CDC, mate. Thank you, because I'm not watching the game. So if he is, bloody love that. Real Sociedad's real ballers. Hope we can get some. Well, you know, there's a few out there at Sociedad. Will we getting them is another question. With all the managers who have won things at every team they've been through but not at Spurs, I don't think Ange will finally win or something. I think he will. And if you take one world-class player to Spurs, who would you choose? You can choose any team. Harry Kane, Bayern Munich. I've always liked Pavlyuchenko. That is a rogue shout. Did you mention the Stuttgart centre-back? You did, Joshua, in the previous video I did earlier. I did, yeah. We just found out that we have a mascot. That's no way to talk about Regal. Good Lord. Gaza was my favourite, and the King, of course. Gaza and the King. There's two great choices. Keno, great choice. Waddle shows my age. You're as young as you feel, Callum, and I feel about 93. My favourite kid was Teddy. Good shout, Teddy. Yeah. Odds on summer being ruined by a serious Euros injury? I pray not. Mbappe, Real Madrid. Kane's better than Mbappe. Right. Everyone thinks we're going to get to the semis. I probably would agree with that. I probably would. Do you think didn't mean don't? No, I get what you meant. Disrespect to Chirpy, that. I want us to win the Europa League. So do I, Jamesy. So do I. What team would you say you have the best recruitment in the world based of youth and buying young players for cheap? Ajax, Benfica, something like that, probably. Did you get privilege to watch Ginola? No, it was probably just before my time. I'm 28, so it was just before my time, potentially. Well, no, it wasn't just before. No, just probably before. I probably have seen him, but just before. My favourite kid was Hoddle, showing my age. DJ, you're as young as you feel, mate. Like I said, I feel 93, but young as you feel. Mascot, you'll take it. It doesn't pay very well there, Regal, mate, all right? Have you seen the Spurs boxer shorts? That's a very odd question to ask me about underwear, Teddy. Good Lord. No, I haven't seen it, mate. I haven't seen them. They're probably dreadful, and they're probably way overpriced. Dortmund for youth. Well, Dortmund for youth and things included, you know. I mean, Lewandowski, the fact that he could have wound up at Blackburn over Dortmund's quite funny. If it wasn't for that volcano eruption. Royce, Hummels, Weidenfeller, Schmelzer. Yeah, all right, I'll give you Dortmund. No off spin, have a lot of wickets. Best figures, 5 wickets for 13 runs off 7 overs. Daniela, get yourself an OBE because you are cooking. Google them. I really don't want to Google the boxes. I'm scared about them. 28, you're a spring chicken. Lol, 52, me. DJ, turn my numbers the other way around. That's how I feel. That's how my body feels. 82. We need to focus on Europa because we are not at Man City levels at Carabao for young people and FA Cup rotate. Still need to focus on the league. That's always the bread and butter. If Ange wins Europa, we should build him a statue. Sadly, that would actually probably do it. Maybe we should have taken Paqueta over Maddison. Why? He's getting banned for life from football. I'd rather not. Considering Brighton and Newcastle aren't in Europe, will they be more of a problem like in 2022, 2023? Newcastle, maybe. Brighton, they haven't got a manager yet, so we'll have to see. If England win the Euros, you should definitely do something stupid like shave your head on stream. It's already receding enough as it is, mate. I can't be losing it when it's already on its way back. Well, I need to hold on to it. Would you want to sign Edwards? I think he's no brainer for me after losing all those players. I don't know. It's cheap, but I just don't know. I'm undecided. Spurs box review for next live. Good Lord, Regal, mate. Not you wearing him, though. That's too weird. I think it was weird in the first place, mate. Right. Quick little look before I head off. All right. I'll ask a few more questions, but all right. Spurs. I don't even. The fact that I'm even Googling this. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. They're worse than I thought. They're so bad. It's the ones that just have Spurs on your backside. Oh my God. We're selling them as well. Oh, question some people's hard drives in this, lads. Oh, I don't know why I'm still looking at them. They're awful. Shall I have a look at something? Okay, that's fine. There's got to be someone better on the squad potentially. Right wingers are, not exactly the strongest spot. Top 5 best Spurs players you've actually watched. Okay. Modric, he's won a Ballon d'Or, so he'll have to come first. Kane, Ledley, Bale. Oh, Moussa Dembele. Do you remember, any of you remember when we were in the Conference League and we were kicked out of the group stage without playing our last game? Yeah. What a time that was, mate. Absolute farcical. If England win the Euros, you have to wear the club shirt of a player who scores a winning goal. I don't like that deal. I do not like that deal. I'll do dares, but, I'm not wearing a Saka Arsenal shirt. I won't do it. I think it's Newcastle and West Ham not being in Europe is a real threat. Well, we'll see what with the new manager at West Ham as well. That obviously plays a part. At his boxes, like everyone, forget about these bloody boxes. They're awful. Don't diss the Spurs boxes. That's what my dad's getting for Father's Day. If you get disowned, it's not my problem. Bro can't take them eyes off the boxes. They're awful. Must not make joke about our club crest on underpants. Honestly, they're awful. I don't want to talk about these anymore, but they are awful. If we get more right wingers, wouldn't that overload the position? Well, they may move Kulusevski more central. Oh, Frimpong is playing on the wings. Yeah, we all forgot about that guy. The best right back in the world potentially at the moment. I think the boxes should be a part of the kit. Oh, awful. Yeah, Iqbal, I'm heading off in a second as well. Awful. Remember almost signing Dybala? Yeah. Image rights. Do you remember that? Image rights. Yeah, good lord. I think the new saw something about Dumfries. It wasn't about Spurs. It's all right. I think the new European format may catch some teams out next season. It will help some and it will not help others. I can tell you that. Superman-like kit. Boxes over the short. Oh, my God. What? Lads, we need to get our head out of this boxes chat because it is weird. Regal, mate, I don't know why we're so fixated on it. I just don't know why. Oh, I'm going to have to burn my eyes. I'm going to have to burn them, lads. What boxes? Stinging Ettle, mate. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Should football socks come pre-cut for calf breathing spaces? What the hell is up with that? Are you Richard Keys? He hates that. I'm not really fussed about people's cutting their socks. It looks a bit odd, but I'm not that bothered, Tony's trending. I'll look in a second, Ollie. Maybe we should give you the boxes. Don't, Marfin. I live on the moon. You can't reach me. You just can't reach me, mate. So, right, hang on. Tony's trending. That's probably, if I had to take a guess here, it's because he's made the England squad. He's not trending on mine. Julian Alvarez is. If anyone cares, San Marino under 21s 3-0 against Gibraltar under 21s. I follow the San Marino fan account. Up the San Marino. Come on, the boys. Before going, I'm seeing any talks of Man City suing Premier League clubs. Any news on that? They want to. They might have some support in terms of that as well. And yeah, it's early stages, but this will be a long onslaught, which I'm a little bit nervous about because if they do get away with this, the credibility of the Premier League's done. Now, actually get a PO box or something so we can send you them. Oh my God. So, lads, forget about the boxes. I promise you. I'm not showcasing them either. If Man City win, it's over. It is Marfin. I agree, mate. It's a really bad sign. If they can get away with maybe a little points deduction and some money, we're screwed. I'm not. I live on the moon, mate. You can't reach me. You can't reach me. But there we go, lads. Anyway, enough of that. I need to go and burn my eyes now for what I've just seen. Hope we are all okay. Obviously, videos back from tomorrow at 12 and 7, talking some more transfers. And oh God, what's happening now? Regal, yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm not acting, lads. I'm not acting. I do not want this. With a cockerel on the front. Oh, awful. Tottenham are one of 6 teams that are providing evidence to support the Premier League. Yeah, Spurs and Arsenal are. I talked about it earlier. I'm going to catch the boxers. Awful. It's Man City leaving the Premier League. We'll see what happens with this this suing of the Premier League. Gibraltar end 9-game losing streak with a draw versus Wales. Well, they're under 21s are losing San Marino. Up the San Marino. Come on. Anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Share it with your friends. And I'll be back tomorrow to talk loads more Tottenham and hopefully not Tottenham boxers. I'm not playing hard to get. Thanks, Ollie, mate. Man City could be liquidated. Early doors. We'll wait and see. Anyway, lads, take care.